Hi Scorpio, so this is your family reading. I've kind of noticed that when I would look at YouTube and notice a lot of the tarot readers, they have a tendency of focusing mostly on love. And I think that although that's great, we should also be focusing on other connections as well. So I thought that this would be a very good idea. So keep in mind that this is a general reading, Scorpio, and this will not resonate for every single Scorpio out there. Also, this is a timeless reading, so I feel like whenever you come across this reading, that's the right time for you to hear this message. So let's get started. We're going to pull some cards from the Animal Spirit deck to kind of hone in a little bit on the family member that my Scorpios are dealing with. So what family members is Scorpio dealing with? Okay, that just popped right out. We have the oyster, the crocodile, and the whale. All right, Scorpio. You know, and I find this interesting. It's like a lot of water. Just a bunch of water. And it's interesting is it kind of feels... Okay, so I just have to say this, Scorpio. If you look at the crocodile's eyes, you can kind of see that it's like that yellow and then it has that bluish green. And it's almost like the eye matches the background of the whale. And it almost feels like somebody has their eye on the whale. Whoever, and I'm sensing that you might be the whale here. But it almost seems like... So, I'm picking up some things. For some reason, I picked up that this could be a cousin that you're dealing with, Scorpio. Or like a sibling. But for some reason, cousin popped up in my mind. But it almost feels interesting because it almost seems like... like the oyster was an event or something. Like the oyster represents something. And it almost felt like this person, to some capacity, guarded it. It's almost like this person kept something from you, Scorpio. That's what I'm feeling. This person kept whatever this was from you. So you had no idea what this person was up to. Because it almost feels like this person... it could have been like a family event or something, and then they could have lied to you and gave you the wrong directions or time, or they just didn't flat out say anything when they were supposed to be the one to tell you something. So it's like people say, oh yeah, invite so-and-so, and then they didn't invite you. But it almost seems like this person know something that you don't, Scorpio, but you're almost aware that you know that... It's weird. It's like you don't know what this person knows, but you just have a feeling that this person's keeping something from you. And leave it to a Scorpio to detect what is underneath the surface, right? So I have I can laugh because I have very predominant 8th house in my chart. And so for me, it's like, I'm not kind of that way. I like to know. But it almost seems like you're dealing with a person who's just keeping something secret. They're hiding something, and I don't know why, but they're watching. It's almost like they're watching you to see if you catch them in the act. It's really weird. I don't know who this is, but I keep feeling like it's a cousin for some of you. I don't know why. That just keeps popping up. For some of you, it's like a cousin. It can be an aunt. It's just something like that where there's something going on behind the scenes, but you can't quite describe it. It almost feels like you're... I don't even know. It's like this person... But it's like something you would want to know or need to know. And it almost feels like this person does it on purpose and then plays the victim too. like this person will purposely make you miss events, and then you get mad about it, and then they're like, well, I don't know what you talk about, I called you, or I did this or that. And when you try and prove them wrong, they get very defensive, and they have like either their spouse or somebody else defend them, or they just go into that victim mode where they act like they're helpless almost, in a way, like they back out of the fight, like, oh, I don't want to argue with you, but yet they continuously talk behind your back, they constantly jab at you when you're around others, but nobody else seems to see that as well. It's kind of weird. It's like there's a lot of things going on with this person. For some of you guys, I think you guys grew up with this person, like, you guys might have, like, be around the same age or similar ages, because it feels kind of like that. Like, you guys aren't that far apart, because it almost feels like, I don't even, like, this person is just jealous. Alright, let's get some tarot and get into this more so I have a better understanding of what's happening. So what is my Scorpios dealing with when it comes towards families and family matters? Who is it that Scorpio is dealing with? Okay. So we have the King of Swords, the Two of Cups, the Eight of Swords, the Star card, the Five of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Seven of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so Scorpio, you're dealing with a person, I think, that has a tendency of, in a way, like I said, kind of just two-faced, backstabbing. This person can be very manipulative, but it's interesting is it feels like this person causes a lot of, not drama just in the family, but in a way it's almost like in your mind you feel like if you didn't have this person in your family, life would be a lot easier. Like, it just feels that way, like, why did I have to have this person in my life? But you're learning, because it almost feels like, Scorpio, you're trying to get out of the feelings that you have when it comes to this person, because it's like you don't want this person to bother you anymore, and you don't want to show that this person can bother you. So you try not to get defensive with people. You try to focus on other things to invest in, because it feels like a positive energy, honestly, Scorpio, because it feels like you're trying to heal and move past it, and also try not to, like I said, indulge this person's bad behavior, because you're now just focusing on you, it feels like. You're trying to avoid the conflict, because I think you've consistently dealt with other family members being defensive when you two would argue, or you would just listen to people complain a lot about it, and you just didn't want to continue causing further drama with this person because you don't see it as worth it. But you feel very unstable, especially with your family dynamic. For some of you guys, this could be like a stepmom or a stepdad, just somebody that is childish in a way, though, because they always seem to be like, this is the type of person I feel like that like you know what it's like when this is so weird, but this popped in my head. You know what it's like when you say something and then somebody says it back in a really annoying tone or really annoying voice, like they're mocking you? I feel like this person does that a lot, like mocks you guys, puts you down a lot, keep things from you, sometimes won't tell you the plans for the family till the last second and you have to go, things like that. it feels like this person does things like that intentionally just to piss you off, because it's like this person, I don't know why, but you could remind this person of somebody that they just hate or they don't like, or you can remind them of things that they suppress within themselves, like the shadow side. But it just feels like you bug this person, and this person doesn't know why you bug them so, but you just do. And so they take it out on you. But it just feels like you guys are just done, Scorpio. It doesn't seem like you really want to participate with this person. For some of you guys, you might have even tried to distance yourself more and more. If you like live with this person, say it's like a parent or something, you could even distance yourself as not being home as much, or just hiding in your room more if you actually don't live with this person anymore, or say they're just a family member that's outside of your actual home. You could just say that you try to avoid their calls, you try to avoid having most conversations with them because you're done dealing with it. So let's get some clarifiers here so we can really tap into the energy further. Let's see what's going on with the King of Swords. Yeah, you know what's so funny? So it almost feels like, because you have the Wheel of Fortune here with the King of Swords, it almost feels like this person lying is eventually going to catch up with them, and somehow it's gonna tip in your favor. It almost feels like this person is going to slip up, you know, if that makes sense. If you can hear my dog in the background, he's snoring, so I don't know if you can hear it or not, but I figured I'd just mention that in case you do. So, but yeah, it feels like this person's going to be caught in a lie, or this person has been. I'm not quite sure, but it almost just feels like you're going to catch a break, you know? Whether this person just completely leaves your life, or they start treating you better, or just something happens in the family dynamic that's a little bit more tolerable for you, Scorpio. But it's like, you know that you're not really happy with this family dynamic. You know that this person and people enabling this person is making it kind of toxic. And this thing that is terrible about it is it feels like, it almost feels like you're stuck in it. Like you can't leave, or that you feel trapped in a way. Because it's like that Knight of Wands, it's like it's in the reverse. It makes me just feel like it's stuck. Like he's just not moving. He's not going. He's not flying. And it's like you have been aware of that, but you want to get unstuck. But again, it's like trying to release the conflict. Because in your mind, Scorpio, if you release the conflict with this person, then it'll be easier for you to get unstuck. It'll be easier for you to manage it. And I think that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to heal from the situation with another person that's just not fair. And for some of you guys, this can be like, it almost, because, you know, you have the Three of Cups, and it almost feels like this could be like, say if it's a parent that's doing this to you, Scorpio, then it can be like your other parent joining in and making it worse. Or if it's a cousin, it can be their spouse, or another cousin, or a sibling, or their sibling. But there's like somebody else involved with the situation. It feels kind of like that. And it's almost like this person enables and continuously takes this other person's side. And so it gets more frustrating for you. So you just kind of avoid those people altogether in the family as much as possible. And you've been trying really hard to, what I'm hearing is bite your tongue. Not really trying to say anything or cause conflict, but like you have a tendency for some of you to roll your eyes when they would be dramatic or say something, you know, like you can obviously tell, and others around you can still tell that you two are strained, or that you two are in a fight. It feels like some of you guys have recently gotten into an argument with this person, but it's like you no longer have it's like you no longer have the drive to fight with this person anymore. And it's because you're focusing on other things. For some of my Scorpios, you might be focusing on a new job, or you're focusing on something new that I feel like for some of you guys you're excited about. And it feels like this person is watching you in a way, because it's like this person is jealous and envious of you. And it feels like this person never wants you to succeed. So I think that's why this person brings you down a lot or tries to cause a lot of drama in the family, so that it pulls you away from focusing on other goals and other things that you want or need to achieve. And again, I feel like for some of you guys, you don't understand why the person does what they do. And some of you say, nor do I care. Some of you do not care why this person's the way that they are. You just want them to stop. And for you, that's frustrating, because it seems like this person is always lying and always consistently changing their mind, or changing like this person just tries to throw you off a lot. This person just tries, again, to cause a lot of conflict in your life, because it's easier for this person. This person lives for the drama. I'm getting drama queen as well. Like, this person can be kind of a dramatic individual. But for a lot of my Scorpios, you guys just given up the will to fight. But deep down, there's still that part of you that wants to yell at this person, or wants to punch this person in the face, it feels like. Like, there is some pent up aggression or anger there that I feel like you guys are going to have to learn to take it out in a healthier way, because I think that might be affecting some of your guys' sleep or your mental health. That's just something I'm picking up. Like, for some of you guys, you're having a hard time sleeping because of all of the stress of your everyday life, and then this is just added on top of it, right? And that's kind of what it feels like for some of my Scorpios. Like, this is just one too many problems now. But that's just kind of what it feels like. Like, there's inner conflict within yourself, Scorpio, because, you know, obviously this is family, and you don't oftentimes we have a hard time letting go of family members, or you feel like you're stuck with family members, but it just kind of feels like you guys are learning to try and set boundaries with this person as much as possible. So let's pull some cards to close off this reading. I'm going to be pulling the Angels and Ancestral deck. So what lessons does Scorpio need to learn when it comes to family and this situation? I feel like there's like one more card or something. That's too many. Maybe not. It just feels like there's like one more message, kind of. Okay, so 2 cards decided to come up past that. So here we have Mountain, stand your ground. It's in the reverse. Then we have Snake, shed old skin. But it went this way, so for me it's blocked. Like, that's blocked energy. And then we have here Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. And then we also have Peacekeeper, let go of the need to be right. Wow, okay. So these are the lessons that my Scorpios are going to have to be learning when it comes to the cycle, especially with this family member. You have to learn to essentially stand your ground, be willing to set boundaries, and be willing to keep space between one another when conflict or things arise. If you're in a bad mood, just definitely don't subjugate yourself with this person. Try to avoid this person as much as possible. You know, and not only that, but I was sensing for some of my Scorpios, you guys are slowly transitioning into a new phase, but it will require you to shed the old. It will require you to move past. And for you guys, it's old beliefs or thoughts that you have. And not only that, but like I kept thinking, when it came to trusting your instincts, it's like knowing that this person isn't who they say they are, but is also keeping things from you. Like, I'm not trying to get you guys paranoid, but like I am sensing it, like there's just things that this person's keeping hidden behind the scenes. And if you feel that, then trust that. It's like that's just a gut feeling that you might have, that this person might be hiding something. So that's another thing. And that's also interesting is it says peacekeeper, and you have been trying to keep peace, Scorpio, but I am sensing that's very hard for you to pull back, because for some of you guys, it's almost like this person just really knows how to trigger you and you just fly off the handle. For some of you guys, it's like you go from one extreme to the next or something like that. Like this person knows how to get a rise out of you, Scorpio, and they enjoy it. And so they continuously do it. And that's them triggering you over and over again for you to learn that lesson so that you don't repeat this lesson. And the more you stand your ground, the more you allow yourself to transform, to be who you truly are. And not only that, but I was sensing a lot of, you don't need to be right. And this is something that I also struggle with, but always feeling like you have to be right, or always feeling like you have to have the last say, or you have to one up this person in a way. That's what this person wants you to do. And when you don't play into that and you allow yourself to say, you know what, for instance, like I would not even be able to tell you how to even build an engine. Like, how is that even, like, I wouldn't even know. But I can tell you about herbs or tarot or other things because that's the expertise that I know. So I'm stupid on some things, but I'm smart on other things. And learning that as well. Because for some of you guys, I feel like this person might play on that insecurity. Like you being afraid of being wrong or you not knowing something. And this person might try and put you in a position where you look like you're a fool. And you might not like that, and that might affect you. And that's why it's coming up, is you're having to learn to, first off, let go of all those negative emotions, but also to allow yourself to be able to say, you know what? That's interesting. I didn't know that. I guess I learned something new today, and just accept it. Just allow it and see if that person changes or see how that person reacts, because it does feel like this person does intentionally do that. Like they will try and one-up you, whether it's like intelligent-wise or just try to make you look stupid. So, yeah, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. I hope that this resonates for you, and I hope that this helps you in some way. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a great, wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.